Hi, you're watching Floyd Steinberg's YouTube channel. Today, let's create a somewhat realistic cymbal sound on an FM synthesizer. In this case, the Reface DX, but you should be able to do this on any other FM synth. Now, there are already some tutorials on YouTube, and I myself made one last year using a subtractive synth, but I feel this video can add a bit more information and realism to what's already out there. Let's get started. As always, when trying to synthesize a real-world sound, you should take a look at what's happening on the real instrument. Basically, we can view a cymbal as a kind of bell. A bell with a very flat body, that is. Now, a bell sound is made up from its fundamental sound, that's its natural frequency caused by its size and shape, and a lot of harmonic frequencies caused by the strike, depending on how hard you strike, where you strike, and which material the mallet is made of. The fundamental sound usually is deeper than the harmonic overtones. Now, on the cymbal, due to its flat shape, the resonant frequencies caused by the strike are much louder than its own natural frequency, so a cymbal has no tuning. Nonetheless, viewing a cymbal as a bell will help us in synthesizing the sound, as we can divide it into a deeper natural frequency and higher harmonic overtones. The higher tones usually fade away faster than the lower ones. The second step is to listen to the basic waves your synth can produce, determining which one sounds closest to a bell. In our example, the Reface DX can produce sine waves, square waves, and saw waves, and anything in between. I'll play them here. And you're right, square waves already sound kind of metallic, so let's go with that. Now, as we're working on an FM synthesizer, let's choose an algorithm first. In order to further develop the idea we're working on the bell sound here, we need to have a branch of operators creating the natural frequency and another branch creating the harmonic overtones. And once again, it's algorithm 8 to the rescue. In the next step, let's work on the prime sound. First, bring up both operators in this branch, which means turning operator 1 and 2 louder. Next, let's change the feedback, so both operators are square waves now, the modulator being less so than the carrier. Now, we need to tune the operators in a way that spawns a lot of harmonic or disharmonic frequencies. The easiest way to do this is to edit the operators and set them to fixed frequency. Now set the carrier to a relatively low frequency. This will be perceived as the main frequency of your cymbal sound. The modulator can be turned much higher. In this example, I use the carrier frequency of 89 Hz and 1288 Hz for the modulator. I found these by carefully tuning the operators, looking for that sweet spot that doesn't distort, but also isn't too clean and harmonic. Now, let's adjust the loudness of the operators. The carrier should be left at the default loudness, while changing the modulator to something which has just the right amount of brightness and modulation. In my example, I found 177 to be the best values. Now we need to adjust the envelopes. The carrier needs a longer decay time than the modulator, so we'll start with a sharper sound that gets a little bit darker as the overall sound fades away. On the Reface DX, you need to switch between envelope level and rate to adjust the curves. Once that is done, your sound should be like this. If you want to, add some velocity sensitivity to the operators. The carrier should be a bit more sensitive than the modulator, as the volume can change drastically depending on how hard you hit, but the sound will always stay relatively bright. And that's it for the natural frequency. Now let's add some of the higher resonant frequencies. Again, we'll work with fixed frequencies here. The carrier can be set to around 490 Hz, while the modulator should be a reasonably higher number, for example, around 3600 Hz. Now adjust the volume to find the sweet spot, which will generate just the right amount of harmonic overtones. And once again, add some velocity sensitivity to the operators and then adjust the envelopes so the sound has long decay and release times. To polish this sound, let's add a tiny bit of pitch modulation on the second carrier and an even smaller amount of amplitude modulation to all the operators, and this will emulate the vibrations of the cymbals a bit. And last but not least, you can enhance the sound by adding effects. And I found that adding a bit of distortion and a subtle flanger effect really makes a difference here. that's it. A right cymbal sound on an FM synthesizer, I think it's not too shabby. And I hope you found this video useful. And if you want to see more of these videos, please hit the subscribe button now. This way I can see it in my YouTube statistics what you came here for. And as always, thanks for watching and see you again very soon. Bye bye.